Here's how to spot either-or type fallacies. Welcome to Critical Thinking Scan, where we look at how you can think through any faith-challenging message and arrive at a biblical, logical conclusion yourself. I'm Patricia Engler, and today let's look at fallacies or faulty logic involving either-or situations, like either the universe was created by a personal God or it was not created by a personal God. Both these statements cannot be simultaneously true in the same way. They're mutually exclusive. Pairs of mutually exclusive statements are called correlatives, and there are a few different correlative-based fallacies. The first one, mentioned in episodes 11 and 62, is the either-or fallacy, which presents two options as mutually exclusive when really both might be true, or both might be false, or there could be middle ground between them, or there might be other options that are possible as well. For example, I was taught that insect wings evolved from gills or from exoskeleton lobes, when a third biblical option is that neither happened. Instead, God created wings. But sometimes either-or fallacies aren't as obvious. For example, the statement, "Because you're a creationist, you're clearly not a scientist," falsely implies that you can be either a creationist or a scientist, but not both. That topic is unpacked in episode 53. And this is a type of either-or fallacy called affirming the disjunct, which implies that if one option is true, the other must be false, when both could be true. Either-or fallacies may also be hidden in if-then statements, like, if you're a scientist, then you're not a creationist. Again, this falsely implies that you can either be a creationist or a scientist, but not both. So an easy hack for spotting flawed if-then arguments is to check for underlying either-or claims and ask whether those claims are accurate. This can help you catch fallacies like affirming the antecedent or denying the consequent, which episodes 47 and 48 explain. For example, take the argument, if a loving God exists, then bad things wouldn't happen. Bad things do happen, therefore God must not exist. This argument's structure is invalid because it's affirming the consequent. But you can also show why its message is invalid by asking, what's the underlying either-or claim? In this case, the argument implies that either bad things happen or a loving God exists. But Genesis explains how both are true, as episode 56 discusses. So this is another case of affirming the disjunct. Another either-or type fallacy is denying the correlative, or claiming that a third possibility exists when there really are only two mutually exclusive options. For example, some argue that God used evolution to create humans, but like the linked resources explain, that's not a biblically feasible option. Either the Bible's correct that God created a literal first man Adam whose sin led to death, or it isn't. Finally, the last either-or type fallacy we'll cover is suppressing the correlative. This happens when someone redefines a keyword in an either-or statement so that one option basically swallows up the other. For example, consider the statement, either you were speeding or you were not speeding. Someone trying to avoid a speeding ticket might respond, well, I admit that I was going faster than a turtle, but I'm always going faster than a turtle, so I don't deserve a ticket. Okay, well, by redefining speeding as going faster than a turtle, the word speeding encompasses virtually any motion, so not speeding is no longer a viable option. That's an example of suppressing the correlative. How about this example? People often believe you can either be religious or non-religious. Many atheists would consider themselves non-religious. So I've read skeptics say that Christians suppress a correlative by broadly defining religion as a system of beliefs held to with ardor and faith, assuming that faith refers to trusting in unprovable presuppositions, which every worldview involves. By this definition, everyone embraces some kind of religion, meaning there's really no such thing as non-religious, and therefore no either-or correlative. So is this an example of suppressing the correlative as a fallacy? Only if it involves redefining religion. But actually, a system of beliefs held to with ardor and faith is one of the Merriam-Webster definitions for religion. So there is no ultimate religious versus non-religious dichotomy, and therefore, no suppressing the correlative fallacy. To summarize everything we've covered, you can spot correlative fallacies by checking for either-or situations and asking if there really are two, and only two, mutually exclusive options. If not, you've detected a fallacy. For more on how to think critically about faith-challenging messages, you can access my other CT Scan videos packed with tactics, tips, and tools that helped me as a Christian student at Secular University. Thank you for watching. Hey, it's Patricia. Just wanting to let you know that if you like these videos, are on board to share the message of biblical authority, and want to give, you're welcome to help Answers in Genesis produce more content like this and equip more people to defend their faith by making a one-time donation or becoming a monthly supporter by clicking the link below. Thanks so much.